This is something I'd like to do because it's a bit of a cause of mine, really. And I don't know whether I can do it because it depends whether there are any of you in the audience tonight. And, I know there's one or two. And if there are enough of you, then I can do it, really. Are there in the audience tonight any at all Magic Roundabout fans? Oh, goody. Well, thank you. As you know, they've taken Magic Roundabout off the screens and shame. Tragic, as you know. And they started putting on these silly... have you seen Parsley? Have you seen that? How about Hector's House? That's a good name. Bloody rubbish it is. It's for kids, isn't it, when you think about it? Anyway, I've been down to London and to see if Magic Roundabout's coming back, and apparently it is. And I sort of spoke to the people down there, you know, the BBC, you know, the BBC, they all talk like that, you know. That was just the cleaner, yeah. So I was asking a few questions, and I nicked into this room, and I saw this cabinet with Magic Roundabout painted all over it, and I started looking through it, and there was lots of scripts I hadn't seen, because I've seen all the episodes. And so I thought, obviously it's coming back. So I nicked one, and I copied it all out, and what I'd like to do for you tonight is a preview of one of the scripts of the new series of Magic Roundabout. Thank you very much. Hello, children. It's 6:15, and time once again for Magic Roundabout. La, la, la. I wonder where Florence is, said Dougal. I'm over here, said Florence. Hello, Florence, said Dougal. Hello, Dougal, said Florence. Boy! Hello, Florence and Dougal, said Zebedee. Hello, Zebedee, said Dougal and Florence. Hello, Zebedee, Florence and Dougal, said Dylan. Hello, Dylan, said Zebedee, Florence and Dougal. I say, said Dylan. What, said Dougal? Boy! Pardon, said Zebedee. Nothing, said Dougal. I wasn't talking to you, said Zebedee. Oh, said Dougal. Dylan, shouted Dougal. Yes, said Dylan. I wonder if Florence is a virgin. Drop some for certain, said Dylan. Boy! That's right enough, said Zebedee. How do you know, said Dylan. Boy! Well, to my knowledge, half of Toy Town knows of her horizontal pleasures. Let's face it, Noddy's the biggest ram round here, and he reckons he's scored. Said Zebedee. I can hear you, said Florence. It's not true. Noddy and I are just good friends. Rubbish, said Dougal. It's all over the canteen. Everyone knows about you, you brazen hussy, you lousy old flea bag, said Florence. Call yourself a dog? I've seen better hair on a lavatory brush. Boy! Now look here, said Zebedee, things are getting out of hand. Let's get back to the storyline. It's a crummy story anyway, said Dougal stubbily. Boing! No, it's not, said Zebedee commandingly. Who cares, said Dylan dejectedly. Well, I like it, said Florence, hopefully. That's obvious, said everybody cockily. Boy! Now look, said Zebedee, let's try and get it together. Well, I'm not working with that fat bat anymore, said Dougal. I'm off to join the flower pot men, so there. Good riddance, said Florence. Knickers, said Dougal. That's no way to talk to a lady, said Dylan, knowing when he's on to a good thing. Some lady, said Dougal. Oh, piss off, said Dylan. And Dougal did so all over Florence's... Thank you for sticking up for me, said Florence. Oh, it's nothing really, said Dylan. You know, I fancied you for a long time, said Florence. I fancied you too, said Dylan. Where do we go from here, said Florence. Boy! Time for bed, said Zebedee. I had a phone call and a guy said, you know, how are you off for bookings? I said, well, I'm fully booked till tomorrow. Would you like to play in Jersey? You see? Hey? I said, in the Channel Island? He said, yes. I said, knockout. Yes, love it. I said, how do I get out there? He said, we fly you out. I said, and back in? He said, depends. I'll take a chance. And I'd never ever been to Jersey before. This is really true, honestly. And like the club was on a Monday night. And so I'd never been there, and I thought what I'll do is I'll fly out on the Sunday night, you see, like, and sort of spend the night there, do the booking on Monday night, fly out Tuesday. Good, right. It was I got about 7 o'clock. And these two guys ran this photo. They're from Leeds, Leeds, like, and they're a bit, bit of a laddo sort of thing they were. And they said, have you seen Jersey? I said, no, I've never been here before. Oh, we'll take you round, see? So they started showing me around all these pubs and bars. And anyway, cut a long story short, come 12 o'clock, I'm as the newt. And I'm in this fish and chip shop. And I don't know if you're drinking, people, or whether you're drunk for a long time. Maybe you have. If you drink, right, there comes a time in the stage of drinking when you know what you're going to do, but you can't stop yourself. I thought you might have done. Well, I've always wanted to be a traffic warden, Right, so I wandered in the middle of this road, like there's this big crossroads in St Helier with traffic lights. And so I started ordering the traffic about. I got them stopping on green and going on red. What the bloody hell do you think you're doing? Pardon? What the bloody hell do you think you're doing? I'm directing the traffic, sir. What bloody traffic wardens for that, you know? I said, yes, but they're all in bed, aren't they? I know what you bloody be. Go, bit off. What a ball on you. Oh, thanks very much. And I went back into the fish and chip shop and I said to these guys what the police had done. They said, oh, don't upset the police in Jersey. Blimey, they'll crucify you. So I thought, right, beware. So they gave me my fish and chips and I walked back into the middle of the road. Offering all the drivers fish and chips. I thought, well, they can't complain about that, can they? I thought, they're not having any fish and chips. Oh, you! You're not having any. Get in the car. It's no use trying to bribe me. Get in that car! If you insist. Got in the back of this cop car like I'm really out of my mind. And they drive up, and I'm eating these fish and chips. They pull up outside the police station, this is really true, and they got me out. And I said, where are you going? You'll find out. They took me into this charge room, and I'm standing in this charge room between these two great bobbies, and in this charge room, you've probably been in one, but sort of smallest place, like brick, all painted brick, and there's a sergeant sitting in the corner at this desk, with his back to me, and he's been in the force about 30 years, right, and he's seen absolutely everything. Nothing moves this guy. There's fish and chips wafting round this charge room, and he's going, what you got there? It's this gentleman, Sergeant. He's been directing the traffic in St Helier and offering drivers fish and chips. Oh, has he? How long you lived here? About 5 hours. Oh, comedian, eh? Yes, how did you know? What's your name? Jasper Carrott. Number 5. Straight up, number 5, straight down to the cells. Really, I'd been there 5 hours and the bloody nick in Jersey. Honestly, this really happened. I couldn't get my breath. I was in this cell with my fish and chips, bang. And like there was this sort of wooden board. Copped out for the night there, sort of woken up at some obscure hour in the morning by this screw, and like going, Carrott! Carrott! Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, yes. Breakfast! Oh, is it free? Yes! Oh, I'll have 2. Oh, comedian, eh? You're very good round here, aren't you? And there's right opposite is this Scotsman in this cell, and like he's sort of creating havoc. And they bring this breakfast down, right? And like it's like a great big plate of grease, and a tin mug of tea, And this Scotsman goes wild when he gets this breakfast. You dirty scoos! You filthy scoos! Better give me this down here, that kind of pudding. I come down here, set a pudding around you, getting you up there. We see you, getting you around here, Jimmy. Good morning. What bloody good about it? Come down here and jump on you too. And he started rattling his cup on the bars. Ding, 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 ding. You dirty skizzer coming up on you. Ding, 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 ding. I thought I've got to try that, Ding, 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 ding. Dirty screws. Ding, 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 ding. I wish I'd have drunk the tea first. It was bloody The screws came down. They went to the Scotsman's cell, shut him up. My turn next. And got me bicycle clips on. Left me alone. And this guy who ran the folk club had to come along in the morning and bail me out so I could do his club on the night. Very embarrassing. Like the local paper got hold of it, When I got outside the bloody jail, there was this reporter and a photographer, and I was saying, no pictures, no pictures. And made the front page, pop star causes riot. And the club was full on the night, They all come to see who this maniac was, directing traffic over the cliffs and things. It was a knockout even. They were terrified of me. Laugh! Oh, we did a bomb on the raffle. Bloody hell. Oh, I must tell you, this is another true story. You know how sometimes, there must be one night or one day in your life that you can remember, specifically. And I had one about a month ago. Really, I actually played football on the Wolverhampton Wanderers football pitch in front of 16,000 people. Pretty good, huh? And it was Dave Wagstaff's testimonial as a Wolves winger, great fella. And they had this sort of big match, which is like it was the Wolves first team, an England select 11. You see, for his testimonial. But before the big game, they had a sort of a pre-match match, and it was like the old Wolves players v pop stars. See? I was in the pop stars 11. Well, it was a bit of a con. I will agree, it was a bit of a con. All right, but it just happened to fall my way, and because the bloke who was organising the side was a pop star, and a bloke called Bev Bevan, drummer at the Electric Light Orchestra, and also Robert Plant had a Led Zeppelin, and Bev's my best mate, you see. Really good mate, and he got me in, put my name forward, conned his way in. Like they all going, there's Roy Wood and Clifford T. Ward and David Hamilton and Jasper Carrott. Oh well, he's very big in Holland. What's he going to have? A truckload from Amsterdam, is he? Anyway, I got onto the pitch and there I was. Unbelievable experience. I couldn't believe it. All the crowd. Look, there's Roy Wood. Look, there's David Hamilton. Whoa, there's Clifford T. Ward. What's that one there? Look, that one by the goalpost being sick. I wore Derek Dugan's shirt. Oh, I had me moments as I hit the crossbar. Bloody hurt. I was on Roy Wood's shoulder trying to head the ball. All that bloody grease paint on him, he couldn't see where he was going. And Alf Ramsey was there. He was doing the commentating. And yeah, it's all a big star do. And it's really funny because, like, I don't know whether you've noticed Alf Ramsey in his commentating, but he's really well spoken, isn't he? I mean, like, he talks like that, you know, but he never sounds his G's. Have you ever noticed that? He always says things like, instead of looking, it'll be looking. And he was doing this comedy, and oh, Carrott's got the ball and he's running down the win. Like a greyhound. He's crossed the ball into the old mouth. Oh, he nearly got an hole then. The ref's given a corner. No, he's given a goal kick. Oh, Wolverhampton don't like that. Oh, that arguing with the ref. Oh, it's a terrible disagreement. Oh, my word. Odd. He's kicked him in the Olis. Oh, I did a pantomime. It was an amateur dramatics thing, and one of these 3-day affairs. And I don't know if you've ever been involved with amateur dramatics. Marvellous experience, I must admit, and learned an incredible amount. And it was in Hampton in Arden. Hampton Players, they're called. Really true, honestly. Look, I didn't make it. That's really the Hampton Players, they're called. Oh, you'd never get that on the BBC, would you, really? And they were doing this. Actually, it was. We did this version of Jesus Christ Superstar, and it wasn't meant to be a pantomime, but like that's how it turned out, I'm afraid. And they got this. Somebody knew this producer from Stratford Theatre, you know, and he sort of bowled up in his grey sweater with his little bunny on, and I stayed well clear, I'll tell you. And he'd got this method acting bit and acting involvement that he was trying to portray, and it works to a certain degree. What you do is you actually imagine that you are the person that he casts you as, and really, and I was Jesus Christ. We have the same initials, you see, and we're both born in a barn as well, I think. Probably. And it was because, like, you actually live the part. Not only do you live the part while you're acting it on stage, if it really gets you, and it did, you actually become the character when you leave the theatre. And like for the duration of the programme, you know, you are who you are cast to be. And it was amazing experience. Like, I was going round Solihull blessing everybody. And I nearly drowned twice trying to walk across the local pond. I was very successful, actually, changing wine into water. It's about the only thing I could do. Nothing to it, nothing, no. Piece of piss. Amazing. I blew it, actually. I blew it like a twit. And I was driving through Solihull High Street in my motor, and somebody ran at the back of me, and well, it affects you like that, doesn't it, really? And I got out and I said unto him, go forth and multiply. Only not so many words, really. And, destroys the image somewhat, doesn't it, really? I took my mother-in-law driving. Now, look, I've got nothing against mother-in-laws. Nothing against them. Like, I've got a marvellous mother-in-law. Let's get that fact. Marvellous. And she's a test pilot in the broom factory. I must tell you this because it really is. You know why people take the mick out of mother-in-laws? Because, like, my mother-in-law drives, but she hasn't passed a test. And she's been driving since before the war. And I think she's gone through 23 tests or something. It's almost an all-time record for Warwickshire. And people told me about her driving, and I never believed it. And I thought it was just being exaggerated, because, like, I mean, again, I've got nothing against women drivers, you know, they're just like any other normal psychopath. And they say that you only take her out once, you know, as like, you know, the qualified driver, and it's true. And she tries very hard. She knows the highway code back to front. I mean, there's nothing she doesn't know about the highway code, you know. But it's like she has sort of, some women have a mind that cannot relate why they are supposed to learn things. And like she, you know, like with the highway code, we got in, and like the highway code says, like, you look into your rear view mirror, right, and then you pull out, you see. And it doesn't matter what's coming, you know. She's looked into the rear view mirror, it's safe to pull out. You know. 10-foot lorry, you know. And I was sitting there, and we were, I mean, she's immaculate. We were missing parked cars by about a millimetre. You know. Pull over, not too much! And I've been in there about 5 minutes, and we're sort of, you know, going along Solihull. We were going to Coventry. We're going from Solihull to Coventry via Sutton Coldfield. And we were chugging along, and I was watching the pedestrians rushing by, you know. Hi there, mother-in-law. And the gear lever, like, you know, I mean, that's like, that pumps oil into the servo brake system, you know. It's just like, it's time to change gear. What did you do that for? You know, and you try not to criticise, which is very difficult. And we're going up a hill, and it's a really steep hill, and we're in top, you see, and we're doing about 11 miles an hour. I thought the car will never last, you know, it's going to fall to bits. And people were driving by going, what the devil's going on? Mother-in-law. And I thought, we will never make this. And we just 2 inches to spare. We got to the top of the hill, and I thought, thank God for that. And she slapped it into second and went, hammering it, passing everything that had passed us coming up the hill. I could not believe it. And do you know, I mean, she's been driving for 40 years, and she's never had an accident. She's seen hundreds. Oh, it's just like Monty Python! What a silly programme that is. I've never been able to understand it myself. They go on and on and on about inane subjects that could never happen in a million years. Frankly, I'm amazed anybody watches it at all, particularly when there's programmes like Opportunity Knocks and Crossroads you can get into. Why waste time on futile humour shows that simply glorify the macabre and mentally disturbed? You'd have to be a haemophiliac to watch some of the programmes I've seen of theirs. Who can really laugh at the idea of whipping the fur and front legs off a badger, sewing feathers on his chest, a beak on his nose, and passing him off as a budgerigar? Absolutely ridiculous. And did you see the really silly football match between the London Gynecologists and the Long John Silver Impersonation Society? I knew I was going to win before they'd even started, particularly when the Long John Silver Impersonators get falling off the parrots and squashing the crutches in the penalty area. But what really gets me is that greasy little Dago, Eric Idle, the one who keeps going nudge, nudge, wink, wink, know what I mean, break away, break away. I've never liked him since the first days I set eyes on him. And the way he took the mickey, that poor bloke on the park bench, asking whether his wife goes, you know what I mean, nudge, nudge, wink, wink. Eh? And does she pose for photos in the nude? Absolutely disgusting. It's amazing the BBC censorship panel let it through. It's a wonder that lovely Mrs. Mary Whitehouse didn't have something to say about it. Huey Green, bless her. And the way they blow people to bits all over the place for no apparent reason. It's sickening the way the emphasis is always on violence with blood and guts and gore. The way they have people's eyeballs popping out the sockets, dangling down with mucus dripping off the mangled membranes. The soggy ends of limbs bashed round bare buttocks with gay abandon. The insidious descriptions of excruciating pain as they nail someone's head to the dining room floor. I can hardly bear to talk about it. Then they have people eating portions of rat pie and crunchy frog dairy milk chocolates. What kind of people write these things? Who watches the programme? My next door neighbour, that too, mate. He's only got half a head. They found him in the middle of the M6 on Sunday practising his silly walks. I said to him, why don't you ride up and try and get on the programme? They'd love you, they would. Blimey. They'd probably blow you to bits in the first minute, or have you interviewing a strawberry flan asking him whether he's Tory or Conservative or something. And all he did was smile, hitch up his braces, put handkerchief on his head and go, ooh. And he still watches the programme. Not that it's as good as it was, is it? Not that I watch it very much, of course. Well, not very often anyway. Once or twice this week. Well, seen one, seen them all. That's what I say. Variations on the theme, duplicating the irrelevant. You take that scene where that bloke Eric Idle goes into that travel agent and is called Smoke Too Much. What a silly name. And the bloke says, well, you better pack in then, as if he's never heard it before. He has surprise and starts going on and on and on and on about people like me who like nothing more than a few days in Mallorca, sipping tea like Mum makes, watting his draft red barrel bingo on the beach, squirting Timothy White sun cream all over me sweaty, swollen, purulent flesh because I overdid it on the first day, being herded into endless hotel Miramars, Continentals and Bellevues with their modern international luxury roomettes with tea like Mum.